everybody, welcome back to Kings of Horror.
Every day this month, Bibbs and I are reviewing films based on the works of Stephen King.
And today, we're reviewing Stephen King's Maximum Overdrive. Stephen King wrote and directed this campy thriller about a passing comet that causes all the machines on Earth, except cars for some reason, to come alive and kill their human oppressors. Emilio Estevez, Pat Hingle, and a slew of mostly forgettable actors are trapped in a gas station and forced into slavery so the killer trucks, led by the Green Goblin, can stay fueled. Maximum Overdrive has a really fun concept. All the machines in the world start killing their human oppressors. How could that not be fun? If it's in Maximum Overdrive, that's how. There are parts of this movie that are really campy and entertaining, little moments of just terrible acting across the board. There's a couple of funny kills with like a Coke machine. But frankly, it doesn't even make much sense. I mean, again, trucks come out to kill everyone. Coke machines come out to kill everyone. Cars are fine. Why? Are cars stupid? I don't understand it.
The cars are a little slow to the draw, Bibbs. I think that, I think in the intelligence level, I think an electric knife, I think, some video games, I think a remote control car that somehow jumps into a dog's mouth and chokes it to death. I think that, yeah, cars are low man on the totem pole.
You've officially thought about Maximum Overdrive more than Stephen King did.
I absolutely love Maximum Overdrive for all the wrong reasons. I think this movie is a complete blast. It is incredibly dumb.
It's very dumb.
And I think it's also one of Stephen King's biggest FUs to Hollywood. I think he was like, you know what? I've got all the blow. I've got all the women. I've got all the cameras. I've got the camera crew. I'm going to make the worst movie ever. And that's what he set out to do.
I don't think he set out to make the worst movie ever. I think he ended up making the worst movie ever.
Do you really think that he really wanted to make something that was...
I don't think he wanted to make The Shining. Like, it was like, I'll show Stanley Kubrick a thing or two. But like, well, I think it is clear. I think it is clear that this movie has its tongue very firmly in its cheek. The last thing in the movie is like a little scrawl on the screen that tells you, just sort of like wraps everything up.
Wraps it all up.
It's like a Barry Lyndon ending where it's just like, incidentally, everything you just watched, it was dumb.
Yeah, and it was kind of like, it was like, oh yeah, and by the way, there was a UFO. That was the other great thing.
Incidentally.
In the end, it's just like, this isn't a spoiler because you should be watching this film. But at the very end, it's like, oh yeah, by the way, there was a UFO involved in all this too.
It's the Poochie ending. I have to go to my home planet now.
What amazes me is Emilio Estevez's performance in this whole thing.
And just how bad he is.
He is absolutely terrible.
And he's usually pretty good. He's not a bad actor.
Absolutely terrible. While everybody is out-acting him, everybody involved is actually throwing their hearts and souls into this, to a degree. But I mean, like, at least there's characterizations on screen, you know, whether it's the gas station owner, the girl who's picked up with a Bible salesman, the Bible salesman himself, you know.
I mean, it's a huge cliche, but at least
all
he's
of
in
them
the
are
movie.
cliches. And then there's Emilio Estevez, who's like this weird gray area, and he's just there, you know.
Yeah.
But I have such a blast. Every time I watch this movie, I'll never forget seeing the coach getting hit in the head by the Coke can, or the kid getting steamrolled, literally steamrolled.
Oh, that is fun. That is fun.
Oh my God.
That's good.
So much fun.
That feels like almost like an M. Night Shyamalan thing. Like, this is what he was after in The Happening when everyone was committing suicide. Like, it was
and
a
also,
lot of fun.
what stopped the kid's bike? Did the bike?
At what point does a machine stop being just gears and start being a technology that can be taken over? It's really confusing. Like, that's the thing that bugs me. There's no consistent internal logic.
There's no. I mean, like, suddenly there was that weird machine that had the machine gun turret on it.
Oh yeah.
What was controlling the machine gun itself? Because that is not like that is.
That's a mechanism.
That's
There's
a
no
mechanism, not electronic.
There's nothing in this movie that makes any sense, and that's why honestly.
My ears are bleeding. Hang on, my brain is melting just a little bit. I think this is a terrific crowd movie.
This is, okay, in a crowd, yes, this is a lot of fun, but you know what? A lot of things are fun in a crowd that are actually really bad and stupid. And I want to like this movie on a campy level, and I just can't, except for a few highlight moments. This is a one King movie.
You can either sit in a crowd and have an intelligent conversation, or you can watch Maximum Overdrive, and I'll be there watching Maximum Overdrive for the camp value, for the fun of it, with a couple beers by my side. I think it is, yes, incredibly dumb, incredibly stupid, lacking no cleverness whatsoever, but I have a blast with it each and every time. I give this 2.5 out of 5 Kings.
Come back tomorrow when Kings of Horror will review Creepshow 2.
Thanks for the ride, lady. Thanks for the ride.